I got to ask John, because you're young enough. Is there a part of you at all that feels the dodgeball reference? Because that's what first came to mind. Thinking of what's his character? Is that John Goodman, or what's his what's he call himself in that one?
Dodgeball is so funny.
Oh my gosh,
Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller. Right.
Oh yeah, yep. No, I wasn't going to bring it up. I'm sure you get that joke once a week from somebody meeting you, and you know what? We're talking about it though, so I have to say it.
Oh yeah. Well, and to bring us into some subjects that might be valuable for folks, although the movie references and the jokings and those are always good entertainment, but so is learning, and I always find it interesting, the catalyst that drives somebody who was successful, like you said, customer facing, and then switch it and go behind the scenes and go business facing. Do you call it B2B? I would describe what you do now B2B.
Yeah.
What was the catalyst? What happened? Did you just get bored or what?
I didn't even know I'd stumble into this. So I started in the late 90s as an advisor. My wife's from New York, so I actually started in New York. And we lived there for about 5 years. And she had a brother who was playing baseball in North Carolina. And we fell in love with it here. The warm weather, cheap real estate. So we moved before we had kids. And it was when I moved, all these advisors around here in the Carolinas said, hey, what do those big producers do in New York? Would you show me? And so I grew really quickly too, because I knew what worked and what didn't. And then all these other advisors said, whoa, how do you grow the business so quickly? Would you show me what you're doing, and would you show me how to do it? So this consulting kind of started in the Carolinas, and it just kind of grew all over the country, and it became a much bigger business than my practice. And so it was really in 2017, I sold the last bit of my client-facing financial advisor practice. So I lived it. I spent my time in the trenches and know all the, the trials and tribulations of being an advisor. But I felt like I could have a bigger impact in America and the world through helping other advisors. There's only so many clients myself and the advisors on my team can help, but by helping other advisors and all of their teams and all the people they help with can really make a bigger impact on our industry. And so stumbled into it. I'm so glad I did, because I just love what I do. I love helping advisors grow, and specifically 10Xing. I was so excited about being on your podcast. I'm a fan. I've been listening, but this whole concept of 10Xing in business, it's popular. It's hard to do, but it certainly can be done. And that's a lot of the clients that we work with here at XFA, what they're doing with their practices.
Could you talk some, John, about, like you mentioned, you stumbled into it a bit there. I'm sure there was a time where it is this just new opportunity. And, as entrepreneurs, we're opportunistic, and it's like, hey, somebody wants to pay me for this thing. I could do it. Let's go. And you kind of keep going down that way. And then at some point, there's that shift of like, okay, I've got to build a different business model. This piece over here can't translate over here, all that kind of stuff. Could you talk us through a little bit about that journey?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was not just my progression. What I see with all these advisors we work with, I see this common ceiling that advisors hit around, $1 million to $2 million, most commonly about 1.5 million in revenue. So what happens is they build the business up themselves. They're the founder, they're the entrepreneur. They might hire some people on their team to help, but there's just only so much time. So they hit a ceiling in their old model, what got them here, and it requires a different model to really scale. And that's the difference in those that 10X versus those that get stuck.